alright, it's alright. They can pick up the guns, it could have been lost, they're okay. But something I do want to highlight throughout this game is I really have to keep my eyes on Vanity, especially on this half, because a lot of what I feel Liquid works on is those A takes, and they're really solid normally. If he's able to lock that down and keep, you know, again, that great pacing coming in, joined with Zelsis on it, that's a huge win condition in my books.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know that Liquid are going to be way more proactive here than they were on Split in fighting for early territory, fighting for the orbs on attack to allow Scream to just create so much space seemingly for free on the back of his ultimate. So really, Vanity's a very pivotal member of version 1 in countering that. And straight away here on the buy round, see Scream once again the fight, be the front line here. Actually, Jammy's jump spotting here, but I don't think Penny was noted. No, he was playing on the back of Jammy's contact, and they will retrieve the orb now and reset away. Initially here, I mean, a little bit of a readjustment here with Vanity being on short, and Jammy's coming over to play A site instead of B, with Zelsis actually going to invest his utility on B also.
Keep your eyes on the spike. Currently with Link. And no easy opportunities being found. You can see V1 are playing pretty deep on this, and I like that. They're going to make Liquid work for their dinner. Vanity waiting on towards short. Could be nasty with that judge. That's a little look through. Takes a bit of space. Down to 40 seconds now. Trying to run down maybe some of that utility, but still plenty to be played with at this point. And it looks like that lean back towards A. Keep in mind, Penny has been here, and he didn't show too much early on. Jammy spotting over from Heaven. Good utility use just to make this tricky. There's going to be a much slower approach. Oh yeah, they're going to at least clear off the kind of shoulder peek from Heaven. Going to get the jet dash in from Yampy, but it's Penny to find it real comfy. They've got 15 seconds. Are they cancelling this?
They're actually going to completely throw the brakes on. And yeah. I mean, Jammy's done fantastic with it. To come down to 25 seconds and still have both snake bites to play, you know, basically on cooldown of the smokes on the wall, right? It's huge. And right there, I mean, it just goes to show, right? Liquid read that and they say, nope, there's no way. There's no way we're pushing through this choke. With Jammy still having that utility available, it completely puts the brakes on that round.
This is the credit that I keep want to be giving to V1 with their utility use. If they've been watching over the Liquid, you know, games, and they've got themselves prepared, which I'm 100% sure they have been, it's going to be the case of getting themselves mentally prepared for some of those side takes that Liquid have been able to run really well. Now, again, if they've keyed up that utility usage, and we've seen how good they are, one of the big key components that I liked about the way they came into this tournament was how good they were on that Viper meta, how they've always been a big kind of team to keep up with the meta and going to push it further. Now, if they're on point with 1, their Viper, 2, the Astra, and then 3, throwing Zelsis, that utility usage between the 3 of them, that is incredible. And it's already made such a big problem for Liquid. And Liquid need to address this fast, because that's a really integral part of the Liquid puzzle. Yeah. It's a tactical timeout now, because they need to now look at other options or address it now, because it's not going to change going forward.
Dare I even say that this is almost like a tilt timeout? Like to have a round play out in that nature, where on a full buy round it's full, you just saying, nope, guys, don't even go. Like they're taking a breather right now, reassessing things, and ultimately we're seeing here that yes, I think version 1 have done their homework, right? With the readjustment, at least in the previous round of Jammy's coming across towards playing A main, they're expecting Liquid to just rotate back and forth, and we haven't seen that all-out A piece from Liquid on their first buy round. Now, that doesn't go to say, actually, that version 1 is still going to be ready for it if it does come.
But so far, tick in the box for V1 here. And the one thing that you'll say coming into this, if they want to look at Liquid, they're going to have plenty of footage on it. But the same for Liquid. They got to see the most recent game possible for V1 on this map. And again, that got extremely close against the Crazy Raccoons, which was a huge surprise. Yeah,
and the big thing there, actually, is you just talk about the stylistic differences between Liquid and Crazy Raccoons, right? I don't think Liquid are going to be able to drill into the same success. That's not how they like to operate. They don't like to play on those terms.
We go again, but Penny this time switches it up, goes a little aggressive on the extremity. I love that change of pace. Now Vanity holding a lovely angle. It works so well. Scream just winded. Pellets to the chest. He's down, and now that's a rifle upgraded too. Liquid looking lost in this. Trying to find an option through middle with Soulcast, but already you're going to see Penny fill in that gap on the other side. Going to get himself over there with that lovely upgrade that he's going to be working with if he wants it. Waiting on the other side is Soulcast. Already got himself worked up in middle, but it's not an easy pick on Penny. Timing's going to be a factor. Keep eyes on the Omen as well. Spike to hand for Link. Looking to come through. Timing's a factor, but Penny's won it again. Great positioning from Penny to refill the gap in middle.
Plays perfectly off that. And Soulcast actually fires the dart up, you know, in anticipation of Penny being just there and having to turn for it. Now, Liquid, desperation time, and still so much utility at V1's disposal. They will just run the clock down once again. 18 seconds now, and Cryptix and Link have got to make a move if they want to do some damage. So they're just going to opt to save onto this one. An awkward engagement there, but Link and Cryptix will both find kills. Penny will find his third as well, though. Time, as you said, round already done and dusted here. And let's actually nearly.
There was a second, quite literally a second. There was quite literally a second where it could have gone wrong, but no. 4-0. Breathe in. We're okay. We're okay. But let's talk about options now, because so they're being run pace-wise by the fact that V1 are in the driving seat, right? At the moment, they've got that lovely switch up of pace, throwing Penny ahead of it, then filling the gap. Brilliant. Now, let's talk about that utility work. When you have a team that's denying you that much utility work so well, you're going to have to rip it away from them somehow, right? Now, yes, you can go for mad aggression, or you go for the double pumps, maybe the fakes, pulling them out, trying to get that utility away. It looks like a site change for now. It's all 5 towards B here. Yampy, though, going to have to back away from this. Again, the utility. If they draw it all out now, maybe they can re-aggress.
Look at nothing left for Zelsis, and Jammy's already invested a snake bite. Cryptix actually going to find an opening here onto Effie's. It could still force the issue here. Scream with his ultimate, but only a Sheriff, but Bladestorm's still online. And actually, Cryptix going to invest a lockdown here. Try and zone off sight for the time being. A perfect flash from Scream to force Penny off that angle. Well read by him.
Penny wants back in. He's going to pop the ult as well. So this does give at least Liquid the cross towards the site. Penny still being held back, but Jammies is still here. Gets a little bit of value for it too. Finding Soulcast is decent. Penny gonna dash on in, fills it. HP looking real nice, and the shot's even better. Now Vanity finding Scream. This is unreal work. Yampy and Cryptix now backs to the wall. Divide comes in. Gonna make this a little bit trickier. There's gonna be the Killjoy ult as well. So much investment, and Cryptix barely living here. They're gonna try and play through towards CT. Zelsis gonna find one. He wants the second, not gonna get it. Cryptix now in a 1v2. V1 says no, and version 1 gonna make it to 5. This is impeccable work from the boys.
Well, a fantastic recovery by version 1 on that retake. Again, they sit back deep enough. Yes, Jammies is almost, you know, left as a lamb to the slaughter, really, with everybody coming through, but finding the 1 kill before falling is absolutely massive. And actually, discipline-wise, they leave somebody back to watch Scream's ultimate here, but it's Link, and he gets picked off immediately by Penny, and then Vanity comes through, catches Scream on the reset. At that point there, 2 players isolated in B main. We talk about B main being such a huge factor for the attackers, holding onto that in the post plant, and it's dealt with so quickly.
Penny on the op. Tucking himself in to try and avoid that out drone coming out.
Spot him. Scream!
Doesn't matter, apparently. Scream's gone. Well, okay, if you need a couple of rounds, boys, I'll get my backpack on, hop on in. Let's get this going already. So big space gone from the back of that 1 pick. Now, there is still 2 players on A, and look at that utility lockdown. Still so much to work through just on short, let alone you've got Zelsis over there as well. So if they want to try and work this, Scream can catch and punish rotation, but try get through this death trap.
Hello.
Liquid sit tight for the time being, and they come through. Actually, the flash and the dash through, and Yampy will isolate.
Guess that's how you do it.
But Vanity, once again, with the judge now playing close contact. Scream able to create more chaos elsewhere. We'll find Effie's Jammy still over on B now, but Vanity left to defend short. We'll find Link, and actually the spike's down.
Oh, Vanity! Nasty work from
That's
Vanity.
terrible.
This could all fall to pieces, being a problem. He's been forced away by utility. They have to commit towards it, but he's bought time. And Jammy's now is a little closer than before, maybe able to make something from this in this 2v3. HP is low, but look, we know Bogdan's law. Vanity can still make it work with that op. Jammy's slowly making progress. He's going to try and find the first. Couldn't quite find Yampy. And it's time to back out with that op. Try and keep that potentially. Or maybe just keep it out of their hands.
Just going to throw it away. Good. At least make it difficult for them to recover. Vanity actually not far off with that first tap there. Yampy playing close on fast here, but nobody from Liquid wants to give anything else away weapon-wise. Big round for them to get on the board. Try and get things going. Scream will pick up his third. It's actually crazy. Even in that scenario, when everything's going wrong, Vanity just drifts back in towards tree, finds Link on the way in. That's the spike down, and like you said, able to play his life. The fact that Scream still checks that, by the way, like I said, the Owl Drone didn't see him, and he still has the discipline to check that.
Yeah, if their adjustment now is, okay, we've got to take mid control and then play up short because that main entry is just locked out, fair enough. If that's the change that they need, but it looks like a hefty lean, at least early on, towards this B lobby control. Penny again going to go back to this. This time, Scream not going to be the one chasing it. But look at the room that they're garnering towards that A push out as well. Viper checking deep, going to maybe sit up here for a second. There is a Killjoy on the other side, maybe keeping that one in charge. But they've got the information now. Or at least the early read, and the rotations are on the way. This is still looking like it's going to be a B piece if they keep this up.
Just an overwhelming amount of utility here. Scream going to come through, clear all this space though. Nobody on site. Everybody able to survive for the time being, and should be able to get a clean plant here. Now, we've still got decent control of B main also. There's only Cryptics, and Vanity going to spot this utility out and reveal his position. Yampy setting up a little bit of a crossfire on lane also.
Yampy, that's going to be Vanity lost. Cryptic's in the key position.
Perfect.
You have to clear this, but Yampy and him in brilliant synergy here. And now Zelsis going to struggle on it. Yeah, the crossfire's all in play. Great work from Zelsis to find one, but it's the first piece in a long puzzle to unravel. And that combination, Hypoc, it works so well.
It really did, and it could seem to have stopped the bleeding for the time being. Put their second on the board, and Cryptic's really leading the charge for Liquid. 9 and 4, and really at this scoreline, I mean, that's a statement in itself. But you know, version 1, I mean, when Vanity's buying a judge, it's we don't really need to talk about the damage to their economy. They're going to come straight back into this with as good as a buy round as anything. A Spectre and 3 Phantoms to boot. No ultimates available for them, and Link, only one really with his online.
Double stack short side. Yampy's on the site. They still haven't quite, I guess, secured the site necessarily. They've cleared it. But there's still a danger here. This retake's real close. If they decide to make something happen, good work from Scream to maybe try and clear towards shorter touch. Spike now down, but there's plenty of threats nearby.
Actually, Vanity forced out of that smoke there with the molly. Actually puts him down to 10 HP. Penny now going to try and follow up on this Owl Drone out of heaven. Actually going to spot out Yampy, but he's able to drop and play safe for the time being. Still a 5v5 here. No kill in favour of either side. The flash is perfect up though, but Yampy finally converts.
Still a 5v3 now. Soulcast finding Vanity. That was a little unfortunate. He was very low. I think it's save time for V1. Yeah, get on out of there. Keep those rifles for the 2 that they have. And I don't think any upgrades are coming. Yampy's chasing. Yampy is just... he's rabid when he wants it, but it's a round nonetheless. Linker, just double check. There's no naughtiness happening. No, you're just fine. Back on out of there. And Liquid have stabilized. After the first couple of rounds, those first 5 that came tearing through, V1 were looking untouchable, but the answer's been found by Liquid.
I mean, the race site execution has so many minor adjustments to it to kind of keep it fresh and hard to read. It's going to be difficult for version 1 to deal with, but initially there, seeing them kind of read into the fact that Vanity's been playing the judge, he's been playing these cheeky little, I got to come back to what Potter said, these rat spots, right? Just doing rodent work, playing inside smokes and things like that. But again, just a slight adjustment. Usually we would see Liquid, you know, show some pressure towards Tree. All it is right there, it's a molly into the smoke. They send some shots in, brings Vanity down to 10 HP, forces them out of that spot. And ultimately those are the sorts of things that, you know, when you are at a round deficit and you've got to lean back on the playbook, and some of these executions that, you know, version 1 could go away and do their homework, right? And down to the T set up for that utility accordingly. That slight adjustment once again from Liquid just makes it really clean on the way in.
And I love the fact these timeouts, they're just so perfectly called in. You've got, you know, the first one initially from Liquid, and the answer gets found. And right back in it, V1 are like, okay, we've got to find the next step then. It's this constant evolution between these two.
This is Vanity's called this one, guys. I can't buy the judge. I've got to settle for a bucky, guys. We got to take a breather here, slow things down a little bit.
Again, what adjustments can they be making? It's to work out what's kind of been the answer for Liquid. We've seen kind of 2 looks of success now. One, you could say a little thanks to Scream to an extent. That pick on short when it came towards Penny, the mid control catching those rotations was nice, but they've now proven that they can lean back towards that site, maybe when they're on a slightly weaker buy, if maybe the utility's a little lighter, but the execute worked on the other side as well. So, if anything, Liquid showing that they do have a little bit of depth to them now. And V1 may be reading that this is trickier than expected.
I find it amazing that still we look at that buy and it's basically as good as a full buy for version 1 from what we've seen so far. I mean, obviously a couple of weapons saved through. 2 Phantoms. Actually, Liquid once again, as 5 here, going to lean on. Now, version 1 leaning through B main, going to give all this information across. They should be able to set up for this. If everybody can stay alive, Penny in hell. He's got to go big here.
He does need to, but Yampy's never going to let it happen. Finds Penny, and there was that player close on short. They've kind of fallen back towards Tree a touch further. I believe that's going to be Vanity over there. Spike now down. And good work so far. Soulcast going to be keeping track of the back, and yeah, great accuracy from Soulcast. This is very well considered. Vanity unable to get much going in this round, sadly, for himself. He is going to be working with just that shotgun, and they all know very well where he's going to be coming from. So, no chance of that today, Vanity.
To beat a rat, you got to think like a rat. And everybody posted up playing distance. It's going to be Prime Gaming flawless here. We can
Scream.
Camera.
Scream.
You hate it when you're on LAN and your C button just gets stuck like that. You gotta press it a couple of times, work it out.
Yep.
It's usually the switches, the heat in the studio and everything, and
yeah, it can happen. You gotta lube those switches. You're right. Good point. Soulcast though, lovely work from him. Real precision there.
Give me more. Give me more teabagging when you're 1 round down.
Please, you're not even winning yet, really, in this map. I love it. You've just worked it out off the back of a tactical timeout. Get in their heads. We love this psychological warfare, but Penny now forced away. A quick piece coming through middle. They've sent more than just Scream this time. It's going to be all 3 players here. Now, Vanity going to be falling back, but not being subtle about positioning. Could get punished for this. Zelsis, though, knows what's up. Sprays in, gets put down. Yampy and Scream in combination, trying to work towards the side, but it's Effie's back by Bohouse. Still good for 1 on Yampy, but now he's got plenty more to handle. 2 from the right, 2 from the left. Let's see how much more he can get done. Headshot. But it ain't enough to stop them from taking the site. Liquid flooding in. Spike now down. It's a 2v3.
Yeah, and actually, Lockdown invested as well. It's going to force V1 to make a move early to try and negate this, but got to come back away. No real ground gained off that, and Jammies and Vanity will be very, very tough to hold on to these weapons with the amount of time. Again, Liquid are going to read very early this is going to be a save, or at least them reverting back to it being a save. Gonna go hunting though. Let's try and protect the economy. I don't think there's much of a need to now with this one. A perfect response from Liquid stringing together. What is that, 5 now to tie things up? They were down 5-0, right?
Yes, I believe so. Okay, V1. You gotta get a grip on it now, boys. Something it's been going wrong. You gotta find a way to stop the rot here because Liquid are looking like they've just kind of kicked up a gear. They found the form out of nowhere, and the tactical timeout works. And again, we have to praise the likes of Sliggy in this too. As much as yes, there's in-game leaders in the game, but he is truly the puppet master when it comes to Liquid. He's always been vocal about it, and he's a great mind when it comes to Valorant. So again, the adaptations, the adjustments clearly working out on this one on the switch up. And the answer yet to be found for V1 on this bit of a shaky purchase here. Guess as best as they're gonna get.
Yeah, the talking point of version 1 and what's considered a buy round for them. But 4 ultimates available. Obviously the Blade Storm popped off the rip. Link actually going to send the Paranoia through and maybe have to close the distance very quickly here on the back of Yampy. Effys will respond. See if finds a kill with the Hunter's Fury here, but Penny also. He comes through, he actually isolates Yampy and Tree and both kills actually.
Penny, this is what you need. If you need a man to step up for V1, it could be Penny leading the way as best he can. Looks like Zelsys could be done for. No, he's still alive. How is Zelsys managing to live here?
Check that.
You can't. You just tried to clear it with like 2 pieces of utility.
I was going to say, even if they force the issue and come through here, there's no way they would have checked on Zelsys, but Cryptix and Soulcast now. Gonna hit the rotate. Penny already preemptively rotated over. Jammies. I thought he might have just been close enough to grab the audio cue actually on the footsteps through mid, but the recon bolt gonna give things away. Penny though, look where he's got himself tucked into with the Blade Storm.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh, it's cleared.
What? Soulcast clears that? Okay, it's a 2v4 and now it's a 2v3. You don't win these normally without mistakes being made, but I can't even discredit Penny on that one. Soulcast just checking, but 50 HP on Soulcast. They're pushing forward. Effys fights Cryptix. Nastiness coming out on Soulcast. The 1v3, there's a couple of players with less than ideal weapons, but the aim still holds true. And Zelsys comes right back in. V1 find their answer in the form of Penny having a round.
अब करवा रहा ना बकचोदी फिर से
Really good stuff. And again, all that aggression and
भाई खेलना
भाई
खेलना
kind of create some space for
भाई स्ट्रीम से क्या हमारे साथ करना
Scream, I should say actually. Again, pops the Hunter's Fury, sends that through, clears off a couple of really crucial angles, but you can see here, Vanity Falls, Penny immediately swings on the back. He knows that actually, Effys and his Hunter's Fury is going to give him the opportunity to do that. And
भाई वो चौथा गेम कब जीते थे सारे कैसे
I want to where the second came
सारे
from.
कैसे गेम मैं पूछ रहा हूं हम खेल रहे ना
That's how they got the round. That shot done.
और बहन के लोड़े स्पैमर
चलो चलो तुम खेलो
Wait, do we have player comms?
गुड नाइट
Did I just hear that?
Okay, I'm
Riot's
hoping there's
feeling-
going to be some kind of
hold on.
montage here of NA comms.
Riot's feeling real risky. There's already been a teabag. They're like, all right, let's just rip off the
Yeah.
band-aid. Let's just see what
Open the
happens,
mics.
boys.
Open all the mics up.
Hot mic the whole time. Now 5 to 6, V1 do get their answer back, but that was a big credit to Penny there. They need to find consistency at least to get this one the nice lead on the half. Yampy still looking for that first start towards short, going to push away the opponent straight up towards the tree, looking for Penny, who's on the other side of that smoke for now. Zelsys, no subtlety in the steps, and Yampy's going to swing it.
Beautiful.
Precision is just on it. Screams down, join him, and Penny waits patiently, having to watch as his teammates almost got ripped to shreds, but Effy's on the turn, and Penny finds one. I thought he might have gotten more from that, and now a 2v3. Lincoln Soulcast, 40 seconds, spike to hand, not planted yet, and Jammies wants to try and deny it. He can't see it just yet, gets to side quickly, spots out Soulcast. It's looking like 7 could be on the board unless Link can clutch this out. Effy says no. Version 1, steer the ship back on course.
And that is massive, actually, for them to close this half out 7-5. Again, for me, the big thing you look for version 1 in terms of win conditions for Ascent is them not allowing Liquid to absolutely dominate on their attack. Effys comes up huge with this. Again, finds Yampy, comes through and actually digs Scream out as well, anticipating exactly where that front line for Liquid's going to be set up. Finds the third as well, Link in hell. A great way to close out that half.
7 to 5, V1 on the lead here. Now, I genuinely believed this was gonna be a clearer run for Liquid. I am so thoroughly impressed by V1's answers that they had in that first half high pike. I cannot tell you that enough how impressive that was to watch from V1.
No, because I think, again, I mean, it just goes to show really with how Liquid have performed on this map of recent, for version 1 to have such a good grasp on exactly what Liquid are going to do and how they were going to play it. Coming through, actually. Effie's didn't actually get the tag there, but Link's position noted nonetheless. V1 try and close the distance here. Scream actually going to get isolated inside the smoke there. Vanity finds the first. The cloud bursts down. Link does find one, but Zelsis is going to deal with him. Yampy comes through though. Jammies and Effies will fall. And Liquid now turn things to a 3v2. Just Zelsis and Vanity left. No real control here. The door's still wide open for Yampy. Zelsis going to try and get the plant through, and actually that's going to be the green light for Liquid to come through. The third on the round for him. Zelsis actually converts too, but Yampy... Oh, it comes down to the wire, but Yampy finds his fourth. And Liquid will close out this pistol round.
Okay.
It got close there. I don't know how Zelsis found that second. The Nano Swarm doing so much damage to stop that coming through.
And this is the thing, there's a reason they normally make Yampy the raid boss. They give him the armor, the frenzy, well, he gets the armor and he gets the frenzy in hand as well. And it's worked out nicely there, you're right. That could have been mad, as you can see. A little bit of weight off the shoulders, I'm sure, picking up that pistol.
Yeah, I mean, again, with the 7-5 scoreline, it's a good opportunity for them to time them up. But version 1 actually going to invest back into this, Lauren. Now, three Spectres, actually, sorry. The Sheriff and the Frenzy. So, I'm going to try and throw everything at this round. And, again, Liquid actually going to try and isolate Jammies here. They know that, no, just off the back of not seeing anything, they have the opportunity to do so. And now, actually, it's a lot of information garnered just on the back of that push.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that they know they're up against a bit of a force fight, just hearing that from Jammies, so no surprise now to be had. They're going to have to respect it a little bit more. They're not going to get away with maybe a cheeky pick here or there. A little bit of damage done to Zelsis. Good work. Yampy, though, I forgot he'd be able to get the blades out nice and quick. It's so early.
As well, Zelsis got the lockdown available from planting as well.
That's so sick. That's so much time bought here now. Scream going to try and crest around Jammy. He's not going to get it that time. Scream now opens up another avenue of approach, and you can see them being boxed in here, but there needs to be a bit of a pace pickup from Liquid. Time's beginning to dwindle, and the last bit of utility put down here. Soulcast finds one in, but Vanity denies Scream, but it's just down to one. Vanity has to somehow stop 4 players. He's got another. He's got to keep going, though, and he doesn't have it in him. Soulcast to close the book on it, and the defuse to come through as Liquid tie us back up now.
This is beautiful. And again, I talked about the information guarded in the early round here. The fact that it's Jammies they spot, Scream goes hunting. He wants to remove the possibility that in a round like this to convert, to basically stop any early momentum in terms of the economy for Liquid. They know that one of the biggest tools would be version 1 playing a really, really deep post-plant lineup. So Scream going and digging Jammies out of that spot is actually massive. The fact that he's the one person spotted from that push early round from Yampy and Scream is crucial to Liquid closing it out.
And crucial to Liquid is Yampy right now. He's having a big performance. He's stepped up. His entry frags have always been something we talk about. Those first bloods that he pulls through are exceptional. Now Penny wants in on the action though. The slow walk up middle. It looks almost like a contact piece. Let's see. Maybe a burst off the back, but he's looking a little isolated. It is Yampy on the other side, but Penny's the one with the rifle. He can do all the difference. Now that is going to spoil things.
See, version 1 going to immediately reset off that. And as 4 going to explore their way up catwalk here and try and follow this through. Penny actually going to lead the charge here with this Phantom purchase. You come through, dash through. Link actually got to be careful here. Got to survive on the back of Jen. Scream going to bail him out from heaven with the Spectre now. Swings round. Link finds one. Zelsis and Penny fall.
Oh, you can't ignore Link like this. He kept chipping away at damage, but look at the HP left. Effies and Jammies super low in this. Yampy, yeah, he's only got the Sheriff, but gets the upgrade now. Steps give it away. It's so simple for Yampy. Doesn't need to see him. Hands in the air. They have got this one now wrapped up. 8 gonna be on the board. Yampy gonna be pleased with that.
And that's massive as well, again, with the Spectres being carried across, with version 1 actually forcing in the round 2 now. This is the worst possible scenario for them. Again, I have to keep an eye on Penny's economy, because throwing the Phantom in the mix, maybe anticipating he's going to get his Blade Storm online, I don't know. But kind of being the front man in that play, again, great work from Scream to find the first. Again, does fall here, but buys enough time for Link to find the second, not to Penny. Really, really good work from Link. And you're absolutely right. The audio cue here, Yampy perfectly places. Again, both players, I think, sub 25 HP. Soulcast flexing out a little bit there. Love to see that.
What up now, America? Woo, etc. Rolling it back. Yampy. Oh no. Oh no, jammies. What's happened? Yampy's starting to... I feel confident, and it's weird. Like, oh no. And now the pace change. It looks like V1 wants to try and switch into something here, trying to lean back in towards B, but there's so many players still dug in deep on this site. It's going to be tricky to bail them out from this Soulcast. Maybe the first contact on this. Let's see. Yeah, okay, gets the first contact. Outdone by Penny, though. Great work from him. And big pickup from Zelsis. Site's now theirs. V1 get to maybe lock this one out. The retake's going to be super tricky. Coming back in from Scream, Link, and Yampy, these post plants are decent. I'd love to have one towards main, but they're all tucked in towards, like, the site itself.
Yeah, I think the quicker Liquid work that out, the better. Pirate actually going to play a really crucial part of this to play almost contact for the rest of V1. They don't have to risk anything, actually, but having said that, Link going to find Vanity on the way, and that could open the door for them.
Could be the gateway, but
they might just want to punish the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just going to play for everyone to die.
Yep. They have so much more to lose. That's one down. That's a rifle gone. Penny doing everything he can to try and find a way out, but he's going to drag him down with him. Liquid lose the round, but they win the economy game in this, but we are at 8-8.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The round win, sure, but again, in terms of damage control, with how fragile the economy's been for version 1, and now they're in a position where we've won the round, but I don't think they're going to get a comfortable buy out of this. And if they do, they're going to be down to nothing at all.
Yampy on the op. And you're right, they are buying down to 0 on at least Effie's. Penny, not great for cash either, but does have at least the Blade Storm to lean towards. Spectre for Zelsis.
Get out of my way.
Nothing
Vanity
nice
the best
here.
looking at 1700. That's it.
Exactly. Now Yampy's been having a match so far, and if he's got that up to hand, and they're walking cat, it feels like a matter of time, but they might just make it past each... Nope. Sees one. Doesn't get the shot through, but Scream loses his head. Great start from Penny. Needs a little bit more on short. At least he's trying to get more on short. Looks towards the side to try and help out Zelsis, but Link connects well towards 2, but Zelsis finally denies him. A 3v3 now, but no spike plant yet. Needs to try and secure the site itself. Heaven could still have been a problem. Now being slightly more managed. Yeah, they have to... They're committing through. The Soulcast takes the damage. Standing there now, trying to keep space on the side. The post plants aren't comfortable at all, Hypok.
Oh, he actually tanks through the Snakebite and the Nano Swarm there to try and fight through. Come through, can't let that tag. Your Cryptix does actually get tagged up from it, but Yampy is going to get isolated. One onto it, he pulls the Blade Storm. Jammy deals with him.
Now 2v2, Soulcast and Cryptix, what can they do with this? They're not in the ult, they're on the side, they're gonna see Jammies there, they now know, but Jammies takes the fight on Cryptix. Soulcast can't do it. It's on Jammies to save V1 here. And they just tip the scales in their favor.
A crucial round for V1 on the back of a Penny Pop and the Blade Storm and riding that out effectively as on their full buy. And they convert that. And the score, look at the scoreboard for Liquid. Yampy 23 and 13. Nobody else breaking double digits just yet. And Liquid, I mean, an opportunity here to ride this. A little bit of investment, I guess Soulcast can actually save through and maybe consider an operator going into the hands of Yampy. But you've got to do some damage here again. They can't let V1 string another couple of rounds together.
V1, look, we've seen what happens. These guys can pull it back. They have the grit and determination to potentially do it, and seems like all of them are putting up a performance now. It's not just, you know, Penny doing well, it's a lot of them, whereas Yampy is far and away the lead star for Liquid in this map. Anyone's seen, he's walking again, the damage is huge. Oh, it's not pretty at all, but Scream's trying to make up for it. That's 2. The third, no, Penny. Still staying alive, and now Soulcast and Link having to handle the 3 remaining players with rifles and V1 stabilize.
Spike will finally be retrieved. Actually, Penny goes
That's the spike.
on walkabouts?
That's the spike. Why is that the spike? Link's probably confused as well now, but there we go. Zelsis, safe pair of hands.
I guess maybe reading that Link might be, you know, tucked into all the way into Boathouse and playing off the back of everybody else falling and being kind of the last bastion of hope on B side. But look at Scream coming through here, finds both of those Jammies and Effies. Unfortunately, couldn't find Penny as well. I guess just up close and personal, but yeah, a little bit of a misread from V1 there to try and send Penny over towards A, I guess, with the spike.
V1 are making
End up costing them.
Yeah, V1 are making a case for a third map here. They really are, and I am so ready for it. Please take me to that third map. I want to see these guys go all the way. Now Yampy back on the op, on the other side, none to be seen. And of course, Penny took a chunk of damage, down to 6 HP. And Yampy sitting in not no man's land, but hard to back away from even as Jet. So is he
Penny actually, Penny actually got tagged in the early
Yampy's
round.
walking. Yampy's going walkabouts. And we haven't seen that look from them yet. That would have been the spike spotted even for just a second as well. He does claim Effie's life, but he now knows there's threats on the site. Gonna try and focus his way towards that main push.
But
Penny does eventually trade it out, but he did find Zelsis on that. Great work from him to make value of it. But Vanity, speaking of value, 2 out of nowhere, brings this back to a 2v2 rather than a 2v4. Yeah, the HP's low, but maybe they've still got a shot at this one.
6 HP on Penny, 70 on Vanity here. Scream. Actually going to send through the molly here and pop the run it back, immediately dealt with by Penny. One-shotted back and Vanity sent
Spike's off.
in. He's got the spike.
Spike's off.
This is perfect.
They're
Penny
gone.
can just sit here and keep Liquid.
Scream's thinking about it. He's thinking about short, but they haven't fallen for this. They haven't fully backed away. Wait, time?
It's 10
seconds. Oh no, keep your eyes on that spike. If this could go so wrong. 6 seconds, he's got to get towards the site now. There's no 2 ways about it. Spike now going to go down. This was terrifying. Maybe trying to pull a rotation away, give him a better shot. You got to try and clutch at straws when you're on this HP. The double stack towards hell, potentially Scream now. Looking for his way in. The flash still to hand, going to catch them, but they don't push off the back of it. Penny waits below.
No way.
Barely any HP on this
right,
one. They're
Mama.
not finding the first. Penny waits. He gets one. He moves to the other side and now Scream tasked to try and
No
do it.
way.
He gone. I cannot believe V1
Oh,
just
no.
won that round.
Oh no. They had absolutely no business winning that.
Down A.
A combined, I think by the end of it, a combined 30 HP. Vanity finds 2. Cryptics, he was up there for so long as well. Do you know what? Penny's holding the dropout towards Jen as well. On the back of Scream using the wall. That is insane. Version 1 now. 11 rounds to 8. And TL
Yep.
wisely calling attack timeout. This is... I mean, they're scraping the barrel at this point. What have they got left? I mean, version 1 have had the perfect response to anything that Liquid try and set up here on defense. Have just looked so good. Vanity is having an absolute blinder here on SEN. Penny as well. Both of them.
Yes. What a performance from V1. I am telling you now, Liquid, as said, this is their stronghold. V1 have pulled up and actually shaken Liquid to their core on a map they were undefeated with this roster. No one had pushed them yet. Not like this. Impeccable work, the preparation. is perfect. The mid-round calls are great. The decision-making's been good. I don't know what the answer is for Liquid here. They look lost.
You do? I mean, ultimately, like I said, I don't want to say Liquid's defense is weak on Ascent, but this relied, in terms of looking comfortable, it's relied on Liquid running away with their attack. Because right now, I mean, on the half, it's 4-3, right? It's 4-3 in favor of version 1, but the 3 rounds that Liquid have come through have been on the back of winning these post plants, and Penny gonna open things up once again. Soulcast immediately falls.
Penny is just leading the way right now. Happy to take these fights, take the space. And Penny needs to clear the back of side. Cryptic still here, though. That's going to be 1. Gives him time for a second. The 3rd evades. But Zelsis trying to do everything he can to make that not go too far away, but it's done damage. And now the 3v3. But look at the weaponry. It's still not perfect. Going to force out the ult, sure, but now they're going to come back in through cap. Penny finds another. That's big value there to find Yampy. It's Scream and Link now left to potentially just back away here.
They've got to respect the lockdown and actually going to get detained on the way out here. This is tough. This is really tough. Again, the lockdown comes so early, and it's actually Yampy that tries to challenge it. Zeus is now going to set up for Scream in main, but actually gets flashed out here. Brings it to a 2v2, and Scream going to find an upgrade.
It looks like he wants to go for a bit of this. Give it a crack. Dives on in. Penny at the back. Effie's beside him. This crossfire's good to hold. Gonna be tough to try and do anything with. Scream's found Effie's. Hold on. Penny gonna find Link, but he has to still find Scream. Buys the time. Penny doing the dance. Scream gets him.
No time.
But time has dwindled away, and the calm, collected approach from Penny is more than enough to bring us to 12 for V1.
On the brink of forcing the 3rd map here. And again, on the back of Penny just full-on swinging into B main. I think Soulcast caught with his pants down. You got to say it, right? Yeah, completely caught off guard by the recall on the total fake thrown out by Vanity. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is the map that I thought was just going to be so comfortable for Liquid. And with the way the V1 played on Split, yes, there was going to be a chance, but not like this.
Bring it on. Map 3 now going to be on the horizon. 1 more round. Liquid can still give it a good go. But it ain't going to be easy. Link on the switch up playing from Wine. Going to let potentially 1 past him. Maybe the timing didn't see Jammy's pass, but he's going to hear the steps. Now, what can he do from this position? Soulcast, Short takes the attention on Short, but now timing's a factor. Vanity gonna be the first to be found. That spike now lost. That's gonna be a problem. They have to clear this position. That's another angle they weren't ready to worry about, but now they have to. A late clear could come through from Effie's, however, but Yampy did find Zelsis. Link still being a nuisance in this. It's basically a 2v4 on the site. Unless they can clear out the player at the back by Wine. Link is now gone. Effie's takes him down. And now the 3v4. Penny.
How? How did Penny still find a kill there?
I don't know. I do not know. I cannot tell you. No players detained this time, but Yampy's taken over the side. Soulcast on the spike itself, holding this down. Is there anything to stop him right now? No one is taking him off this one. It looks like the defuse is going to come through. Liquid live for another round.
Great stuff there. And again, I gotta say it, Link is alive for so long in Wine, and I'll have to take another look back at that round, but I don't feel like enough is happening elsewhere. Like, Link relays the information that Effie's in main as well. I feel like Liquid, they need to take control. A little bit of hesitation coming out there. They know that they have a favourable man advantage on site, and Link is literally buying so much time for them.
Now the money, not perfect. You have Vanity on a Spectre and Jammies as well, but they've been showing they're pretty solid on this. And mid-take comes out, Scream. Player watching towards it. They have backed from this. A bit of a utility towards Short. Try and keep that safe for a second. No aggression shown yet from Team Liquid on the defensive side.
Toxin screen down.
Let's see, 3 players from Liquid stack up on A with Scream making his way over here. Hunter's Fury going to get invested by Effie's, clear out a couple of these angles. No tags coming through, and actually, a spot out, but the spike is found. Yampy with a judging market now. He's got all to do. He's going to find another one as well. Zelsis falls. Penny, got to be careful here. 48 HP.
He's being closed in on as well. Yampy wants this. It's going to be the battle of the Jets. Yampy's going to show him how it's done with the judge this time around. This will more than likely be double digits now, as Effie's is your last alive. They're all just running through middle. Don't be making me nervous. 2 kills for Effie's, but another on the board for Liquid. We're at double digits now. And I want to know what the money's like for V1.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point here, 12-10 doesn't really make a massive issue, because, I mean, they're always going to buy if it does go to 12-11, but...
Just what quality of buy do they have?
Exactly. And with the way that the purchases have come for version 1, it wouldn't surprise me if, regardless of the situation, we see them throw everything into this round. Financially, at least. No, actually, look at that. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. It's a Spectre on Penny and Frenzies across the board. Utility invested, though, in full armor on a couple of players.
They're playing for the last potentially here, unless,
Yeah.
well, I mean, they've got a site for free, which is, oh no, they've got, Penny's just found one on the site. Now, Vanity to get lost in the meantime. However, Link being removed does create some space there. You can see just the little grabby hands trying to get hold of that rifle. Ultimate comes through. Soulcast, can he dissuade any of this? Yes, that's a good connection towards Penny. Needs a little more, gonna stop the plant for now. Zelsis is gonna try and control towards Heaven. It's gonna do some damage, as does Scream though. Powerful punch there towards Effie's. Now where is that Spike? Still locked with the Killjoy. Good work from Zelsis, but a better trade for Cryptics. And now just Jammy's left alive. Does have that Frenzy, but it's been handled by Liquid. And it does look like they're gonna play for that final round now.
Yeah, again, Jammy's left in that position where I think the plan was to leave him in a strong post plant with a lineup.
Maybe.
As an orb goes out, going to actually keep him
He's
alive
got-
for the time being. He's got the upgrade to the Phantom and the ultimate. Doesn't choose to invest it just yet.
He's got a
Looking
1v1, it's
overwhelming.
clean. Oh my god, he's got a 1v1, and now it's looking like it's possible. Yampido! Oh, finds the angle. Jammy's almost did the unthinkable. That would have been something else. The first, the clean kill. The second, unbelievable. Walked away with what? 10, 15 HP, but woof.
This is massive though for version 1.
Damage,
think
dude.
Bigger picture here, like Penny's one of his ultimates. Zelsis is one away from the lockdown. Jammies didn't invest the Viper's bit.
I thought he was going to.
We got some huge conversion possibility here. If version 1 get an advantage, they have so much to throw at this in terms of utility and ultimates. And Liquid have nothing now. Hunter's Fury and the run it back invested there. It's Yampy with the Bladestorm, that's it.
He doesn't care. He's got his up. It's a timeout. Oh, what a pressure moment. Holy. They could just go for a random switch up, dude. Like, V1 they've got a lot to play with, right? So they could go for something a little fruity.
Because of play,
try something out. Yeah, but Yampy's getting aggressive. Link could try and set some utility in motion, maybe, and it looks like they're coming this way. Who knows? I mean, this is all theoried, but I can't believe it comes down to the final round. Either we go third or we go OT.
Again.
Again.
Of course, this is the way it plays out. The first time EU plays NA, it comes
had
down
to, right?
this.
It had to.
We're getting another.
And keep in mind, we still have Sentinels Fnatic, dude.
Yes,
we still have that today. Like, I don't care. I'm popping a Red Bull, dude. Yeah. Woo, something sweet to end the evening with. This is the thing, right? I get we tell the whole narrative of EU NA, I don't know, whatever. Like, but genuinely, this is just good games. This is just great Valorant between these two. It's so sick. And now, we're moments away. A good purchase for either side. No massive problems to be seen. I'm looking at a little bit of light utility maybe on Cryptics in that regard.
I mean, The only problem I see is if V1 do decide to fight for these orbs. Like I said, Zelsis, if he gets a lockdown online, going to be able to zone off either site. They're going to be able to take full control, get the Viper's Pit down. They're going to be able to set up so strong if they can combine the lockdown entry and the Viper's Pit to secure site control. And then on top of that,
What are you meant to do?
Effie's only 3 away from the Hunter Fury once again. Jammies can sit back and play post-plant. There are so many possibilities for version 1 to close this out.
But there's Yampy with an op, and he's holding the right angle. So we have to see where it starts. Yampy's going to commit to this potentially. Now, bear in mind, the Link got away with playing one, but Yampy falls away. Okay. Okay, he's fallen off that. Zels is going to take a boatload of damage early on. And here we talk about it. The ult economy, you're spot on with this.
Cosmic Divide goes up as well. Look at it. They're literally going to invest everything to get on.
But they're not pushing yet. Maybe this is now going to be the go symbol. There it is. Going to get Yampy forced away for now. They're going to take the side control. This is all so picturesque, the take thus far. And there's the ultimate coming out as well. 3 ults invested, and I can't blame them for a second. And now the question mark gets put to Liquid. You got to way back in. Scream's going to find the first step towards Vanity. That opens up middle and short as a potential route. 2 playing from the backside of main, 2 on the site still left though. Soulcast has made his way down, but it's that Viper's ultimate that's going to be a problem. Yampy walks in, gets met with a bullet to the brain from Penny, and now 4v4 starts to ensue. Penny again though, finds the space, gets Cryptic, Soulcast quick reply, and there goes the ultimate. Soulcast on the side needs to find more. Penny is blinded, he can't see enough of it, and now there's desperation being shown by V1, but time, it's dwindling. Link finds Penny, and this is all it comes down to. Effie's, can you deny it now? Oh, he's gonna run Soulcast away, and they've gone and done it.
Attackers win.
Oh my word. It closes out there. Effie's with the lineup on the shot dials. Not even something we consider, but the execution. I called it. They come in, the lockdown, it creates the space, zones off site. Jammies comes in, sets up the Viper's Pit, and version 1 able to set up an absolute stranglehold on A site.
Just in time for all the North American fans to wake up and watch what these boys have done. This was Liquid's stronghold. Hypok, we said it. This was the map they were undefeated on with this roster. This was meant to be the cleaner cut map, but no. V1 are the real deal. Look at this final round. I thought, okay, they've cleared the site. They've got everything they needed. They're good. They've got it right in front of them. And then after all those ults, what it comes down to is 2 shock darts.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate as well, because at this point, I mean, I think actually, if Soulcast is able to stick that, I think he gets that. Honestly.
Potentially.
It literally comes down to Effie's sitting so deep with these shock darts. And like I said, everything aligns. Everything sets up perfectly for that play to work. All the ultimates buy enough time, and right there, I mean, all he needs to do is let both shock darts off. As long as the lineup's good, they win the round, no questions asked. And actually, Liquid, I think that they read that perfectly, putting Yampy over in A main to contest that orb. They know that the quick hit can come through with the lockdown if they get that orb on A. So it's really unfortunate. I mean, actually, credit to version 1 for being diligent enough to send out the recon bolt to clear off that close angle. If Yampy finds that pick, that entire execution falls apart.
So good. It's so good. And we get map 3 now. I couldn't be happier. Haven on the horizon. And just the image of, I think it was Soulcast at the end, just having to stare as he looked up and saw the shock dart just coming down. There's no way out. There's nothing more he could have done. What an incredible game. And just such credit gets put to version 1. They are playing with a stand-in. And they've pushed Liquid on their undefeated map with this roster. That is already a huge accolade to put by their name. This game is not over. We're going to a map 3, but before we're there, we've got the analyst desk. And even before we're there, we have a couple of commercials to bring you. So guys, do stick around. Map 3 is soon.
Welcome back, everyone, and what a game we just saw. But first off, though, Riot and the LGBT plus community are celebrating Pride Month, in ensuring that games continue to be inclusive experiences for everyone. And while we can't march this year, we can certainly celebrate in-game, and all of our games, including League of Legends and Valorant, will have Pride content, such as emotes, player cards, and more. Equip your content and show your support for the LGBT plus players everywhere. And thank you so much for your support. Now, welcome back, everyone. Golden Boy, your host here alongside our analysts. We got Potter, Doug, and Tom Biz. I feel like Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights. So I just don't know what to do with my hands right now, you know, because that was just an incredible game. Top to bottom, version 1 walks away with the victory. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and run our Prime Gaming map highlights, excuse me. And Tom, let's go to you. I mean, you know, this Liquid roster, they were feeling good on Ascent. Everyone was feeling good for Liquid on Ascent, but that happened. So, what are your thoughts on this Liquid roster and Ascent so far, man?
Well, yeah, this game seemed to go more back and forth than Doug putting on his ears and taking back off his ears because he thought he was somehow jinxing the map. Like, it really was ridiculous. Like, every time it seemed that Liquid got a foothold back into the game, there was some sort of adaptation, some cool little tidbit that was thrown in by the guys at V1. I think the way they were using the Cosmic Divide in loads of different scenarios, like to deny the destruction of other ultimates such as the Lockdown, was just awesome, or to give them space to get back into the site without making a sound. And then that's before you even get towards Penny, who, yeah, I don't know how much they're paying this man, but double it, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of teams trying to steal him away from V1. This man is insane.
Yeah, you know, Penny had a great performance, but let's not forget, man, Yampy was unfreaking believable, Doug. I know you want to talk about version 1, but seriously, Yampy was a big difference maker in so many rounds for this team. I mean, his presence alone was enough to put fear in version 1.
It really was. I think he put on a masterclass performance, and you could feel his pressure regardless of where you were on the map. And I think that's so difficult to deal with, because once you start to get around the conditioning of where an oppressive player is, it's common to want to move away from that, right? Like, we know that JMB is going to be somewhere on the map. Let's go ahead and push away from that so we don't have to deal with it. He was just everywhere, and that was so difficult for V1 to kind of navigate around. But look, man, I'm forgetting all analysis. I'm forgetting all facts, everything I know. The ears are out. I fully believe USA, baby. Let's do this thing.
Wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn minute. Because if I remember correctly, okay, you guys went and picked Team Liquid to win this series. Potter, after what we just saw in Ascent from version 1, do you still feel confident about Team Liquid taking it on Haven, which is our third map?
I gotta say I am. I actually am. I think it bodes well for Team Liquid that Yampy is looking a little fresh, a little green in there. You know, we talked about other regions being a little bit behind on the meta. I gotta say, Yampy seems to be a little bit behind on the meta with Jett. It seems like he's playing the style of Jett that we saw 6 months ago, where it was really, you could get away with literally anything. But right now, a lot of these teams have little pocket strategies to be able to punish these kinds of Jett plays. So we saw Penny being a lot more successful in those ratty positions. I gotta say though, Yampy, regardless of how out of position he looked, the guy is just so damn talented that he can just pull a rabbit out of a hat, get 3 headshots, no big deal, easy breezy, and still make it look good. So that in and of itself is a great factor for Team Liquid moving forward. But man, these set pieces, these wombo combos that version 1 are consistently bringing out, collectively complementing all of these ultimates together, the KJ ult with the Asher Wall combined with the Viper delays. We saw it on Split, we saw it on now Ascent, and I gotta say, we're probably gonna see it on Haven as well. So being the third map Liquid, they should start cooking up some counter strategies to be able to deal with this time that version 1 keeps buying for themselves.
I think, Potter, to kind of go off of what you were saying, somebody who was doing something very similar that impressed me a lot was Link, right? Like, how many times Link on site did he deliver a big 2K, a big 3K to buy more time, to buy more space for Liquid? And I think that's what got things down to the wire, right? Like, without Link showing up the way that he did, without him getting the multi-kills that he got, I don't think this goes that far.
Yeah, and actually... one thing I do want to note about version 1, someone actually tweeted me and said, and I quote, if version 1 is the type of org that gives their fans anxiety in every esport that they play. Of course, big shout out to the version 1 Rocket League team. Those guys are incredible. But, you know, Tom, that holds true because Liquid were looking to finesse the comeback, but then... in that last round, or last few rounds, we saw version 1 make a big calculation, big brain play. What they ended up doing was opting to not full buy, despite Hypoc and Pansy calling it out that they could potentially buy in the round. They opted to go for frenzies and just lighter weaponry, and they nearly won it off of the back of Jammies, who's a fill-in, to pull this one off. That would have been wild, Tom. How is... It's clear V1 have thought about these strats, but do they have these strats on Haven lockdown?
I think they have a lot of cool aggressive defensive strats on this map in particular. I really like the way that they try and have a real grasp over the A side of the map, like pushing all the way down into lobby. I think they have some really cool combos where you have like the Viper screen, even putting some of the Razor, the Liz through it, coming through as well. Like, they love to push really aggressively and just try and lock off that corner of the map.
Yeah.
At the same time, you then look at the composition that comes out from Liquid. It has no duelists. It's basically just trying to delay you as much as possible. So I think that there's going to be a real battle for map control, and I'm excited to witness it.
Well, folks, this is going to settle the score for at least one of our EU-NA matchups. We have another big one coming up next with Sentinels and Fnatic. But for now, we're going to send things over to Iceland and our casters, Pansy and Hypoc, to guide us through Match 3. Take it away.
They're smiling now, but this is what it comes down to. One final map. And version 1, I have no other way to say it, but these guys are constantly reinventing themselves, pushing themselves further, time and time again. People doubted them even qualifying to this. People looked at Sentinels, sure, they're the ones to lead the region, they're the ones to lead the way, to hold the North American flag, but version 1 have made their region proud. That performance was perfect. But now we go into the Agent Select for the final show of things, a Prime Gaming Agent Select at that. What are your thoughts now?
I mean, after the two maps we've seen, I don't think I have many thoughts. I did not think we would be coming here. I mean, expectations-wise, Scream coming back onto the Sage, Yampy coming onto the Killjoy. Those are obviously big talking points for Liquid. Actually going to come through with Cryptics on the Viper and Link on the Brimstone. Now, again, I've got to say it here, with that performance on Ascent from V1, it's clear they've done their homework, right? Now, coming back to Haven, where we've seen Liquid really reinvent themselves recently with this composition, it's going to be another big test for version 1. And, I mean, I already said it was a testament to V1 to make it as close as it was on Split. But, again, just on Ascent, the mid-round calling, the composition difference, right there on Ascent, it played perfectly into V1's strengths. They were able to slow down, dictate the pace, which is basically the cornerstone of Liquid's Ascent game plan. And actually, coming into Haven, it's the exact same thing.
Now, welcome to the no duelist look that gets run as well. It's not the first time we've seen it. V1 will be on the attacking side, Team Liquid on the defending side. And this is all for all the marbles. This is the first time EU and NA get to clash, and it's the perfect celebration of that. However, V1 going to start taking that space towards B. There are two players already waiting here, though. Yampy being one and Scream the other. A little help from that Viper. Gonna help out, deny any early contact off the back, and a lean back in towards Garage.
And Soulcat's actually great response there. Send the Trailblazers through and pick up all that information. Scream and Yampy now tucked on B site, and we know Yampy has looked so dominant previously here for Liquid. V1 gonna stack up behind the Viper wall as soon as it drops. Play contact here. The bolt comes through. It's actually gonna pull Yampy's sight away, but still good for one.
He's able to turn back in time to find Vanity at the very least. Now, there's a good trade to come back in, though. And it looks like they're leaning back towards C. Now, Soulcast is going to watch this. Lower than ideal, 22 HP, but good enough for the frag to find towards Penny. There's other players here. Jammy's going to work through on long. Soulcast dead, can't do it. Going to get some flashbacks to map 2, but Zelsis can't convert. Screams on the case. Now Jammy's a 1v3. Needs the pick, can't get it. Cryptix denies, and it's going to be Liquid with the first.
Again, remaining composed there. Liquid running back and forth and not giving up and leaving a gap open for version 1 to essentially isolate and I guess capitalize on the contact shown on B. Actually, Soulcast, balls of steel with 20 HP to hold onto that position on logs. Unfortunately, Cryptix has to pull away and hit that reload, and Effie's identifies the fact that he can flush out with a shock dart. Unfortunately, amounts to nothing, and Liquid put the pistol round up. Spectres across the board for them.
Scream going to take space towards long. Jammy's on the other side. Timing's a factor. And Scream finds it. No quick kill there, and map control maintained for Scream in that regard towards A. Soulcast goes for the info find, gets a little of it. Again, this may indicate once again that little bit of paranoia that could build through that garage play coming in. Now, again, we have seen that EU does tend to lean away from directly holding it, more the extremities off the back, and Yampy, speaking of back, playing very deep in that B side himself.
You want cautious in approach here. A little bit of utility sent out, but keep an eye on Penny, who managed to slip through garage here and backstab onto Yampy. That's Effie's going to find Soulcast.
No way. No way. Cryptix is sweating bullets now. He's in so much danger. This is huge. Link does find Penny, though. I thought maybe Penny could have punished from deep CT, but no. Scream tries to deny the plant, doesn't get it, but he does at least get the player. And now the 2v1 Zelsis, what can you do with this? A little bit of utility to play with. Could make something out of it. Both going to play back through on CT. Okay, that's going to help out Matters. He knows where one is. Did they spot him on the cross? No, he's going around the world. Hypok, this could be incredible for Zelsis. The spike is not for him. So he sees one, he's going to take that chance. It's clean enough. Now the utility comes into play. Scream is not loving it at all. Time begins to dwindle. He knows he's got the time on this Scream, though. Going to try and sit this defuse here. He's going to get to a bare minimum halfway. Takes himself off it. Time. Zelsis knows he's got the time on his side. He's got to make the peak right now, and he's got it. Zelsis, what a play.
A massive round, the Red Bull clutch from Zelsis there, just running rings around Scream and Link. Perfectly played. Absolutely perfect. Penny comes through. Yampy's even wise to the fact that that's even a possibility that comes through. Effie's comes through, finds another kill as well. Unfortunately, Cryptix just gets overwhelmed there and just ran out of bullets, couldn't find anything. At this point, yeah, it's not planted for him, but like you said, the utility. Zelsis is able to play that so cautiously, and it works out perfectly for him.
And a quick start here. This is going to be a couple of upgraded pistols, but that's it really for Liquid. And I'm glad, actually, I'm glad the Potter brought up the point about Yampy's style when it comes to that, when it comes to Jet, but it's going to be more exemplified when you watch him playing on a Killjoy. It's very unorthodox. It's the player, not the agent, when it comes to Yampy, I think, is the biggest key component. And I'd never seen someone using Killjoy the way Yampy did on the attacking side, especially. So keep your eyes on that. It's very weird. It works, but it's very weird. It kind of characterizes him as an entire player when it comes to Valorant, but who am I to doubt him? The guy is actually nuts. But at this point, this round shouldn't amount to too much if it's played out concisely by V1. This should be comfy one, but I mean, the second they probably shouldn't have been able to turn with classics, but here we are.
Standing ahead. He's going to send out a shot down to the front of B. Vanity actually going to walk up behind it. Yampy still holding on though. We'll deal with that. Well, actually, yeah, this is all a ruse. Liquid have completely misread this as V1 get themselves a free sight on A. We'll get a clean plant off as well.
Spike plant. Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade.
And keeping it clean should be high priority for V1. Want to keep those rifles up. And takeaways. Yampy did get the Spectre, but that's not the end of the world. Zelsis falls to it. Penny's going to get pushed. Penny does get time at least to readjust towards site, but it's not too safe now. Getting swarmed. Yampy's found 3. Now the post-plant setups. Let's see if they're good here.
Here we go.
This is something that V1 really impressed me with in their previous game. Soulcast does find jammies, but they still have to clear Effie's here. They can't get on the spike yet. Big denial on this. Big damage from Liquid, sure, but they can't stop it. Effie's again just raining down hellfire. Great work from him to secure this, to make sure it's safe. And this is something that stood out to me, and I think it was in the Cloud9 game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know NA fans out there watch these guys like a hawk, but their post-plant setups here, and this isn't just the site that they do it on, I mean for all of the sites, are extremely robust.
Yeah, it's perfect. And again, you know, yes, you can lose whoever you want on site, but with the snake bite, the vulnerability and the shock dart coming through, there's just nothing that Liquid can do. They can't even get the first half of the defuse going. Really good stuff there. Yeah, look at this. Straight away, Penny throws himself into sewers. We'll find Scream, but Link good for the trade.
Cryptics. Cryptics. This is so risky to make that play. Yampy's going to be able to catch one on the cross. That's Seaside theirs. And keep in mind, you still have Effie's alive who can make this costly. Safety to be created by Zelsis. And this retake is looking so unlikely, but Soulcast going to try and step forward. 5 seconds to make this count. And still have Zelsis protecting this like a mother hen. Not going to let anyone near it. Yeah, not a chance. And detained as well.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay.
Oh, dearie me. V1 strides now.
Yeah, a little bit of wind in their sails. Looking very comfortable. And I'm with you. There's no reason at this stage of the game as well, when you're still trying to get a feel and, you know, send out these little fact finders early on. I can understand it. Cryptics wants to walk C long after the contact comes through in sewers. It makes sense, but it's so risky. So risky. And actually V1 set up in that default that it's dealt with immediately. I gotta say it. If it's me and I'm playing in the first EU versus NA game, I'm knifing Link there. I gotta say it.
So you need like a JW or someone. You need someone to do nasty things with knives, man. You just need that player just to do them dirty.
I'm sure.
Now
I'm pretty sure all of Twitch chat would have wanted that as well.
True, of course, we love a bit of it. Why not? We've already had the tactical crouching coming out from Scream. You gotta get involved. But at this point, we do have to say, if Liquid aren't prepared for this, now I know that someone like Sliggy will be pouring over version 1 on this map. It's a really good map for them, especially as of late. They play it very well in those post-plant setups. They excel in it. And I was a little worried without Whippy, it wouldn't look as strong. I don't know how Jammies fills that role, but it looks solid enough so far. If they don't disrupt those post-plants, Liquid are done for. They're already showing that this is something that version 1 can do time and time again. Liquid need to find an answer to this. Now, it's not going to be the first team that Team Liquid will play that uses style, right? Like, EU uses a lot. They've played against Fnatic. They've had to deal with these heavy post-plant teams that can run it with the utility so well. But if they're getting on the site and they have at least the Sova or the Viper still up, I mean, you're going to be on the back foot instantaneously.
What to see here was scrappy purchase from Liquid. We can muster together here again. Not really seen any of that proactiveness we've seen from them before, especially on Haven as well with this Asian composition switch up. Yampy now got the lockdown online. Soulcast does have the Seekers available.
Oh no.
Immediately, Jammy's going to find out Link once again. Liquid will give away the first blood.
Penny now. Didn't quite catch that glimpse. Just the smoke keeping them safe here. Should be a default round coming out from version 1. Don't want to get caught off by any weird stacks coming out. You want to kind of feel out any of these potential positions that Liquid could be trying to make work with those Buckies, judges, whatever you might have. And Soulcast now knows he's got trouble coming his way. Vanity gonna try and keep this one locked in. And Scream, not known for the sniping, at least in his historic career, but hey, a headshot's a headshot. And the slow creep towards B has already begun, so Penny's got really good progress here.
So he's gonna get himself behind. Yampi's, I guess, setting up for a lockdown retake on A there, but caught sleeping. Effys will get a clean plant on B site here, and Liquid down to 3 with questionable at best weapons. You've got to close the distance fast, and with V1 already setting towards mid, this is very difficult here. They can just play distance, and there's not an awful lot Liquid can do.
No. I mean, you can try and maybe catch a player out, get a gun away, but it's going to be one. I think that was only a Spectre, though, yeah. So
yeah.
It's not even a great takeaway from this. You're not really costing them too much. That could have been something, but no, Zelsys not going to let it happen. Soulcast. It's a little bit of damage, but by now, as we've noted, there ain't much more coming from it. You know Zelsys is watching that rifle. Yeah, not a chance in hell. Zelsys, good control, making sure they police those weapons. No freebies found. Liquid being given nothing. Plenty of ults coming around for them. The ult progress is going to be there, but they need to stop the rot. They do not have an answer yet. Now, yes, the timeout came in prior to a low buy round, so you've got to look at the answer that they came up with during that tactical timeout to be now.
I didn't even realise that was how Link got picked up in the early round, and again, just seeing Yampy set up for the lockdown there, you can see now Zelsys trying to get in their heads. I mean, working, honestly. This is uncharacteristic of what we've seen recently from Liquid.
Here we go. Now, I guess the pendulum swings to V1. Do they do something a little off-kilter? Something a little bit fruity on this one, just because they can? You're going to have ult invested here towards mid. Very unique approach to this.
Liquid's still got a lot to work with here as well. Obviously, Cryptic's invested the ult early on. Everything else to make use of, and actually V1 going to lean up here with the Cosmic Divide going
Seekers.
up, so going to have an all-out piece onto C. Yeah, Seeker's going to give away the position here. Actually, the fake comes through, but FB shuts it down.
Incredible work from Effys there to find Soulcast. He's so good at those pop flashes coming in, but Link's going to try and play ahead of this divide, see what he can do from this one. Already one on the side, make it 2, make it 3. Oh, that's brilliant from Link. Digs them out of the positions they were trying to get away with. Scream on the site as well, precise as ever. Team Liquid control this C-side execute.
Yeah, really, really good hold there. Again, the Seeker's giving away that information at just the right time, and Liquid invest wisely. Brings it to 4-2 now, and again, really a blemish on the economy of version 1. Still got the lockdown, still got the Viper's Pit on Jammies. Right here. 3 ultimates on the side of Liquid invested there, but Yampy still with the lockdown screen. Still got the res, so good opportunities to recover here. Penny, another fast piece towards Suez here. Might actually catch Yampy with the operator.
He pushes into this. And Zelsys is having none of what he's trying to sell. North America has dealt with these aggressive plays with Ops, be it Jet, be it any other agent. They know what to deal with on this. They know exactly how to handle it to instantly make it feel irrelevant. And Vanity waiting patiently, potentially, for this flank to come in. Soulcast has to get the timing just right on this. And it's all about them trying to bide the time towards A as well. They've got to hinder this approach. And Soulcast, the flank's so good here. Does he decide to go for the step? Delete the game. Delete the game. Delete the game. Production. Turn it off. Turn it off. Oh. Team Liquid manager here. Please delete the game. Please. Okay, recovery for me mentally needs to come in because I feel bad.
Yeah, that's not pretty at all. I mean, right here, V1 now actually making space elsewhere, going to capitalize and get themselves onto B site.
30 seconds left.
Still, all three members of Liquid huddled onto A site. He's just got to give this up, but Penny looking to punish even further here. Comes up, he's down to 10 HP, but it's a little bit of damage on, but no kill secured.
Penny's gonna just cost him so much. He's got 10 HP.
Yeah, I gotta say it, Lauren, the cracks are starting to show. The cracks are starting to show. Liquid are crumbling under the pressure here in map 3.
And if I'm Sliggy and I saw what just happened, just to get these players mental back in the right place, I'm going to call a timeout pretty soon. They're doing well to try and keep these rifles. If they have the ability to call a timeout, they need to call it to get this focus right back in, because they're going to tilt off the face of the earth. And it's just how it goes sometimes. Scream is going to get the op back. For now, 5-2, they're going to try and power on forward to shake it off, but it's a tilter for sure. Don't do it. He's done it.
Yeah.
They've done it. And it's probably going, why can't I walk backwards anymore? That's weird. Huh. It's Soulcast.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm not a great lip reader, but I think that was a, you okay over there, buddy? I'm sure somebody will be able to translate for me. I gotta ask the question, why is Soulcast not shooting there? Like,
I don't mind if he was trying to buy more time to see if there's another player. No. I'll let it happen under the pretense and the pretend scenario that he's trying to see if anyone else walks back. I don't think that's what happened. I think he made a meal of it. But we're going to move on. It's one mistake. 5-2. The bigger problem is that this isn't the only issue that Liquid have had. Their issues stretch beyond this. They have not got an answer, really, to what V1 are doing right now. Soulcast gets the info, tries to pretend he doesn't, but it ain't so subtle. Scream gonna fall away from this, but Jammies finds Cryptics in the meantime. They're finding success everywhere on this map right now, and Liquid are looking like they're just... the water's just slipping through their hands. They can't grab it, they can't hold it. They're into a 5v... what, 2? Link and Soulcast, the last alive. Yeah, Link's gonna get a commiseration medal on this. Vanity shuts it down. V1 are just taking this by the horns.
This is absolutely clinical by version 1. They are playing fantastic Valorant right now, and there's none of the positives we talk about with Liquid are working. The structure, it's not there. Version 1 are embracing the chaos here. They're making unorthodox plays. Jammies, look, just slipping through Garage. Isolates 1 kill, gets out, comes through, actually flanks back onto Yampy, trying to retreat into spawn. This is insane. And again, I don't want to come back to it, but structure-wise, behind an emergency sub, the mid-round calling, the audibles, you know, the rotation of these individual players, they're massive for version 1.
It's such a credit to this squad to be able to keep that level so high. They're playing against a really well-refined European team here. Team Liquid, look, I think anyone coming into this who didn't have some doubts, you're lying. Or you're stupid, I don't know which one. We've seen the kind of ups and downs of Liquid if you've watched, but V1 are making it look like they can just tear them apart, create the space. Cryptics tries to keep control of it, but the site's been taken unless he tries to crest this corner. Soulcast by his side, they do get one, but Cryptics overstepped, walked into the line that V1 were holding still, and Soulcast 26 HP. Zelsis, that flank again! Everything! They are getting everything they want out of this.
And oh no. I keep just looking to the player cams now. Vanity's dead and just waving across the arena here. Link, the last man up, Sheriff in hand. I don't even think he's got a decent opportunity to recover a weapon here. Everybody fell on C site. This is an absolute bloodbath. Version 1 running away with the decider. This is going to be 7-2 here, and Liquid... I mean, I said the cracks have started to show. This now is a a vast canyon of absence here in terms of the play we're seeing. I can't believe it. I cannot believe everything is going right for version 1 right now. Even just the dry peaks in the early round. It's not even as if they're finding... They're not finding information. They're finding kill after kill after kill.
They are running this game. They are running this game, and Liquid do not have an answer yet. There has to be a timeout. There has to be a timeout for Liquid soon, because they are just falling to pieces. There's no other way to do it. I don't know if they have any left. This has to be their timeout now. Yeah, it is.
Thank God.
if they close out with 5, it's recoverable. But it doesn't take the wind out of V1's sails. They are striding through this. Look at the rounds. Look at the rounds the Liquid have got. It was the pistol and then like a blip on the radar.
I mean, I'll come out and say a round they shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is extremely concerning now, and we're seeing things like Vanity's going to throw an operator in the mix.
Why not?
So
they can do what they want.
I said, they're going to just embrace the weirdness, because right now they know that they've got Liquid not just on the back foot, like kneeling right now to the pressure that version 1 are putting on. And like I said, we haven't even seen a hint of a pace change from Liquid. We haven't seen anything proactive in the early round. We haven't really seen any utility built behind an execution. It's a passive wall in sewers to stop Penny running rampant towards them on A side. There's nothing Liquid is showing me right now that shows that they're going to stop this. Stop the momentum from V1.
As much as I hate to say it, sometimes you're going to need to come down to the fact you need your Scream, you need your Yampy to come online. I don't think even just strategically there's a clear answer. Their go-to is they need their power players to find these moments now. They need a hero to step up to this because at the moment, as a collective, they are being walked over. They need a spark to ignite and it's not happening. For now, we got 10 seconds, we go back underway. If version 1 keep this up the first half and maybe the entire map is theirs. It's a buy round coming out from Liquid though. It's time to see what they can do. How deep can they try and pull this one? Jammies, first of all, Link gonna get his foot in the door in this round. The triple stack on A works out and they fall away from this, but it may, if anything, spur on this C piece, which will be a post plant that's still pretty good for version 1, even without that Viper.
MP's still got the lockdown, which feels like it's been 8 rounds already now, but it's a perfect opportunity to put it to good use. V1 going to get a clean plant. Obviously, Jammies did fall. Link with the orbital strike as well, so possibility for these two ultimates to be invested together. And now, actually, yeah, the orbital strike going to be there to cancel out Zelsis and his lockdown. So V1 got to respect this. They've got to back away. But Effie's Hunter's Fury, the shot darts, he's up there. The nano
so good.
Is all running the clock down.
First delay now initiated, late flank coming through in middle. They have to stall time, and Team Liquid need to get aggressive on these post plants. They've got to dig these players out of position. They can't get it halfway yet. There's the pop of the ult. They got to chase this down. Vanity on bodyguard duty, but he's still standing. FVs takes off Link. Scream now on towards the spike. Zelsis, like a thief in the night, rips him away from the spike, and there is no more time. There is nothing more to be done. Version 1 again flexing in this round.
This is just beautiful to watch. Again, version 1 can give away the first blood because they can sit in this default for as long as they want. Because Liquid are sweating beads right now. And again, they come through, they get the plant, the lockdown. Yeah, great, okay, we'll run away from site. We'll give you the site back because we have the perfect post-plant setup. Perfect.
And you can see they tried to disrupt it, but I love that next layer to it. They still have that lurk through garage. Like, everything's there for them. Yeah, maybe they were able to dissuade some of that post-bomb, but look at the economy, it's shattered as well. Scream's gonna connect towards Effie's, but this just feels like a dire attempt. Sheriff's here and there, Marshall or two. It's nothing to write home about. Yampy tries to punish, a tag ain't enough. Not right now. Vanity just takes it on the chin, says, yeah, no worries, mate, 15 HP, that's fine. We keep going forward. Penny spurred forward, punishing Link for the insolence. This is confidence from V1, and it should be. It's deserved.
Scout destroyed.
Spots out Zelsis, but Jammies wisely hides away from that. Now going to play very deep here. Like I said, V1 essentially, especially with the purchase here on the side of Liquid, they can sit like this. They can wait for Liquid to have to make a move because it's on Liquid to really turn the tides of this game.
30 seconds left.
It's desperation time here. Soulcast's actually going to fall away. Scream will find Penny. I think actually that's going to draw Liquid towards C. The Seekers come out, and that's going to give the information away, though. The hit's on A side.
Soulcast flash on through. He got away with it before, doesn't get away with it again. 10 seconds now, Jammy's punishing Cryptics. This is perfection again, a 3v2 now. Yampy and Scream, the upgrade for Scream is there, but Vanity, 15 HP, he's still done him again. He hasn't even healed from the last encounter. Scream, the Magic Man, always able to pull out something for the side, but the utility is just smothering him. He's gonna get the first step, but look in the post plant again. Jammy is still standing. They can't. How are they gonna get rid of him? How are you gonna get rid of this? You lost, and Scream knows it. It's all but done. I am amazed. V1 getting away with this. Liquid not finding an answer to something that was such a huge characteristic piece of what put V1 in Masters.
Yeah, absolutely is. And you know what? I'm absolutely delighted to see version 1 hit this level. Because this one, I mean, it's just insane to watch. Like I said, everything going right for them. Liquid, it can't even put a dent. Even in the rounds where it's like, yeah, maybe they can fight back into this. Version 1 are playing perfectly.
They're playing with everything they have. They are putting their hearts and souls into this game, and it's showing at 9-2. Liquid looks stumped. And again, we go back into this. Link on the site, sure. Already utility going to put them in a bad position, but a good combination there to take down at least the first step from Penny, but the trades are good enough. Zelsis going to maintain towards the site. Scream is here. There's that ultimate, though, from Killjoy. Should either clear him out or make him commit. He chooses one side, Zelsis picks the other and wins it out. Zelsis, the site's all his and says, hey, Jammies, you good? You chilling? You ready for that